I'm going on you, man.
Just as it hit 6:30, you're on the air.
All right. Welcome back live to a special Thursday edition of CulvertRadio.com, streaming across the internets. I am the political director, Percy Hugo, from the right side of the holy city, the voice of the cutting edge. Across from me is the man with his name on the marquee and his career on the line, Mr. John Colbert. And tonight, somebody is actually taking us seriously. From, is it the 1st Congressional District, sir?
1st Congressional.
Running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District in the wonderful state of South Carolina, we'd like to welcome our special guest, Mr. Paul Thurmond. How are you, sir?
Doing well.
Welcome aboard, Paul. This is a special edition of CulvertRadio.com. And I'm going to start off by asking you a question I'm going to ask every single candidate. This has been preying on my mind ever since I did this.
Brace yourself.
Yeah. Have you ever started the woods on fire? And if not, what qualifies you to be a United States congressman? That was for Henry Brown.
That's right.
Funny you said that. I think I was about 10 and I burned about 2 acres, and I was like, man, I didn't expect that one right after that.
Well, oh my God, he is qualified.
Yeah. I was 10 and I thought it was okay to use fireworks and leaves, which obviously that was not something.
Sure. You know what? I guess in that family they start the political process early.
I'm telling you, son, you're going to run for office someday. You better get those woods burning.
Let's have a rolling brush fire.
It was not a national forest, though. That needs to be clarified.
That's important. Well, you were young. I mean, you've still got a few years left. You can get a few national forests burned down in your time, sir.
Well, in this first segment, we want to just meet the candidate. We don't want to go straight into it and browbeat them or rush at them with questions. We want to know, people need to know a little something about you. You're Strom Thurmond's son.
Yes, sir.
How was that? I mean, tell us.
How was that?
We should have warned you. You should have watched this show before you came on here.
How about we give him this? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Tell us something about yourself, yeah.
Percy, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me.
We love having you.
Wonderful.
I'm actually originally born in Greenwood, South Carolina. Was raised in rural South Carolina, Aiken, South Carolina. I went to public schools there, and then was fortunate enough. I was actually a very, very good tennis player. Number 1 state champion, and got a tennis scholarship to Vanderbilt University. I'm pretty positive I wouldn't have gotten in, but for that scholarship.
Got into Vandy.
It's the Ivy League of the South.
Let me tell you something. Vandy is a tough gig.
It's not bad.
I wasn't a fantastic student, but I was a pretty good tennis player, and I did well on the SAT, and so they got me in.
Just like Michael. I have a brother, Michael, went to Harvard on a tennis scholarship. He was also very big at that. But my God, you were nationally ranked, weren't you?
I was. I was actually 8th in the nation coming out of.
Oh
my God!
In doubles.
We got to set up a match between him and Mike.
No, we don't. No. He's got plenty of matches coming up here in the next few months.
Okay.
He'll have his hands full.
But went there, played all 4 years, captained my senior year. Actually graduated with honors from Vanderbilt. I really got inspired in college. Had some great teachers, and from there I went up to D.C. and lived with my father for a year. I really hadn't spent a lot of time with him. He was doing a lot of traveling when I was younger. And so I wanted to, I knew that he was getting older in age. I really wanted a chance to come spend some time with him. I actually worked with Fred Thompson on the Governmental Affairs Committee.
Yeah, I was going to mention he worked with Fred Thompson. Fred Thompson was my guy.
Yeah.
I like Fred Thompson.
We supported Fred Thompson in the last presidential primary here in South Carolina.
Russians don't take a dump without a plan, son.
That's right. Any guy who can say that line with a straight face and make me believe it, he can be president.
That's right. But from there I went to law school and worked during law school for Jim Harrison on the House Judiciary Committee. Wow. And then decided that I wanted to be a prosecutor. My brother was a prosecutor at the time, and I got to see what he was doing, and I felt like it would really give me an opportunity to get involved in my community. Great opportunity to get in the courtroom.
Sure.
And so I decided to be a prosecutor in Charleston. It's the only thing I applied for, and was fortunate to work for Ralph Pleasington and Scarlett Wilson, our current solicitor now.
Yes.
Ralph was, unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. But I worked for them for about 3 years, and then I opened up my own practice. Started from scratch. We didn't pay ourselves for about 6 months, my two partners and I, and we just we worked.
That's a tough road.
Yeah, now
that's a tough road to hoe.
We've got 7 lawyers now. We grew by 35% last year. I'm very proud of that. And we've got a great pipeline going, and it's been a great business. But I also opened up an ice cream shop right before I got out of these solicitors.
Now you're talking.
What's your ice cream shop?
That whole law thing is impressive, but you're selling ice cream, sir. We all want to hear,
Yeah, 2 marble slab creameries, and one on Folly Road ended up going under, and same with the other one as a result of the recession. So
sure.
I remember that though.
Yeah. I think it bailed out. I'm still waiting, I guess.
No, that's all right.
No bailout for you.
The reality is it's not coming, and I frankly wouldn't accept it. I mean, this has been it's one of those things that when I've gotten out and talked to people about my background, I think people really appreciate that I have seen what a lot of people are going through, and it was tough.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm excited about your law firm because the way the show is going, I think we got to put them on retainer, don't you?
Right, absolutely. After I ask the questions to the Democratic candidates, I might need your help.
Okay.
Nah.
What is there a crime called slibel?
Slibel.
Like if I say it and then I later write it, is there one that covers both of them? No.
Well, if you don't mind, Paul, I'd like to ask you a few questions about your personal background, if I may.
Sure.
Your oldest sister, did you ever meet her? Did you ever get a chance to spend any time with her at all?
We've got two different older sisters that you might be referring to.
Well, your father's oldest child.
Okay, which would be my half-sister.
Yeah, your half-sister.
I have met Miss S.M.A. Washington Williams. She is a very lovely woman, and I've actually communicated with her about me running for Congress. She was very kind, and that we've had some communication. Do we have a relationship? I certainly, if she's in town, I'd love to see her. I hope that she would call. Likewise,
well, I mean, you guys have grown up in completely different worlds, different parts of the country.
We have, and she's.
You guys didn't even know about each other for a long time, did you?
That's right. But that's one of those things that I think that first of all, I think my family handled it appropriately. We did not deny her existence. We felt like it was appropriate, but we had no reason to deny the existence. And two, when I look back on what my father did, you can always play armchair quarterback, but I know that he took care of her, and that is something that
he did not abandon her.
He
did not. He did look out for her.
Honorable when you look at the time period. I know a lot of people have their own opinions about it, but that's something that I look at and say, you know what, he really maybe he didn't do everything right, but he did a lot of things right.
Well, the world was also a very different place.
That's right.
For your father.
It's
very
kind of
different place.
It's ridiculous for me to second guess it. I'm proud of all the things my father accomplished. I think he's created a great record for me to want to try to emulate. Sure. There was a lot of things that went on throughout his time period of being in public life. A lot of changes that occurred, and I think that ultimately he continued to really care about people and put people first. And that's something that I have tried to emulate on county council, and certainly something that I would like to do if I'm fortunate enough to get elected.
Well, I can attest to that because your father had been very kind to my family in a very deep and profound way. My father and brothers were killed in an airplane crash, and my father had always wanted to be buried in a national cemetery, for perpetual care, that sort of thing. And there was nothing available; it's just nothing. And your father took care of it for us. I mean, your father was noted for his constituent service, first of all. He was wonderful with that. And thanks to your father, this is as I recall, things were pretty fuzzy for me at the time because my world couldn't have been blacker. But my father and brothers are now buried at the National Cemetery in Annapolis, Maryland. And I think in very large part thanks to your father.
And John, I will tell you, being out on the campaign trail, it is amazing how many people I've run into that have talked about how my father helped them. And it's inspiring to want to get out there and do the good things for the people, to be responsive. Frankly, I think this administration and this Congress has really not been responsive to people. You look at what happened with healthcare. It's very, very frustrating, and there's a lot of arrogance. And I don't think my father ever did that. I didn't see that. He always put people first. It didn't matter what race, it didn't matter what gender, it didn't matter what religion. If he could help you, he wanted to help. And the people that I see out there on the campaign trail remember that, appreciate it, and want to share their stories. And they've been wonderful, wonderful stories.
Well, thank you, Paul. We really appreciate you allowing us to go into your personal background there a little bit. And we're now going to get to the issues, and we'll be right back with ColbertRadio.com.